Welcome everyone. So in this video series, I'm going to talk about conflict of nations. So if you are new to this game, I will give you step by step guide how to choose a nation, how to maintain it, how to build up your economy. Likewise, I will make you go through the every step you need to know about conflict of nations. So first of all, if you are a beginner, if you are new to this game, first of all you have to learn how this game works. So at first it may see a little bit complicated, but it's not, right? After a few two games you will take the rhythm. So first of all, if you're a beginner, you need to choose a nation which away from war, right? First you have to learn. So best country I can suggest is Saudi Arabia. It is much more isolated from the Europe, and as you can see, it's in middle, right? It's in middle of our world, and there is only one border which you have to consider in the first game. Otherwise, you are surrounded by the sea. So Saudi Arabia is a very good nation as a beginner. So this was my first country as well for when I was playing the game. So the other stuff is AI nations. So when you have selected a nation, there are AI nations which is controlled by the computer. So there are AI nations, few or one AI nation for each country you can take for resources. So I will talk about the resources in a very separate videos. Just to know, the AI nation will contain cities which gives you resources. Every country you can choose may contain cities up to 5, 6, or 7, 8 maybe. So basically the as an average value there's a 6. Most of the countries contain 6 cities which generate resources. Saudi Arabia is contains 6 cities, I guess. So Saudi Arabia is a very good country to start with. So if you are a newbie, go for Saudi Arabia and learn how to play the game. So if you don't like Saudi Arabia, then I can suggest you to take Australia or New Zealand. Both are fine. So if you take the Australia, as you can see, it's a very big country. That's the only negative thing about Australia. It's a little bit hard to defend if some enemy comes into your territory. So Australia is very good because otherwise the Australia is isolated from the world, right? As you can see, there are no powerful nations to threaten you unless New Zealand. So Australia is a very good country to open. If you don't like Saudi Arabia, then go for Australia or New Zealand. Both are just like the same, but New Zealand is little bit behind from the resources because it has 5 cities and Australia has 6. So number of cities equals number of resources you gain. But the other hand, New Zealand is very small country, so it's very easy to defend. So if you in the beginning, if you are trying to learn the game, then Australia or New Zealand both are fine for you. So and then if you don't like these countries either, you can go for Japan. Japan is also a very good country to start. It's a much powerful nation. Apart from other 3 countries I have suggested, that's the only problem because if North Korea or South Korea is a good player, right? He's an experienced player. Uh, he will take up the whole Korea, and then he will surely go for Japan. That's the only problem here. So if you can manage to maintain a good navy and a good economy, you can take up them easily. But Japan is also good for a newbie. So if you are a beginner, go for Japan too. And if you don't like it either, you can go for African country. So there are so many African countries. So I would suggest if you're new one, I would suggest Namibia or South Africa as your country because it's much less threatened to the world. So no one will at the beginning you won't be have any aggressions or invasions from other countries. So but apart from the Chad or Egypt and South Africa, other most countries are not much effective in the first game because they have less cities and less resources. So now you would have a question about what about the powerful countries, right? If I have if I have choose Germany, it's in that a good thing, or it's not, isn't that a positive thing for me. Yes, Germany, US, Russia, Spain, India, those are very powerful countries, right? They are very powerful countries, and that's the problem. If you have a newbie and you have, if let's say you are a newbie and then you have taken the Germany as your country. So Germany is a very powerful country, very good economy and very good position on the game. There are so much AI nation to take out. So what happens when a newbie takes a Japanese, sorry, no, Germany is, you have very powerful neighbors. Italy, France, Poland, UK, Sweden, they are very powerful neighbors, right? So if when they are playing, if they have seen you as a new one for Germany, Germany is a very good position, so they will surely go for you. They will surely go and uh, start an invasion of you because you are a newbie. So that's the problem. So otherwise, you can choose a coalition with them, likewise to take or negotiate with them to be in play. But that's not have a very confidence level. So I would suggest the other countries to start with, like Saudi Arabia, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Africa or Namibia. Likewise, those countries are very good to start with. If we go to South America, um, I would guess Mexico is little bit okay to start. Like most of the time when I have played the game, most of the time the United States is a very powerful at the first, but then the player just get bored and he just leave the game. So most of the time that happens. So if you get lucky, if you get lucky enough, United States will not be much powerful as it is in the middle game. So you can learn the game in the initial and then go for United States. Like I so, but that is not 100% sure. So I would suggest in this video, Saudi Arabia is a very good country to open, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. Or you can go for Africa. So in the next video, I will talk about the strategies when you have to take on a country, then how to defend it, how to take it, and what you have to do, right?